Good morning, hockey fans, and welcome to this Game 7 on Day 4 of the Beehive Showcase. Just giving you a quick update on where we're standing at the moment. Today's morning game is going to be against Providence and Boise State University. Both teams have just made their way onto the ice to do their 10 minutes of warm-ups. I know that means we're just a little bit behind on this. Unsure as to the reason why that's going down, but looks like we're about 10 minutes behind at the moment, seeing as it is 11 o'clock on the dot at this moment. So just wanted to give you a quick update on that. Both teams are warming up at this moment. They'll do about 10 minutes, and then they'll go immediately into the national anthem, and then we'll have puck drop right after that. So wanted to give you a quick update as far as that is concerned. So whatever's going down after that, we'll jump right back in. But until then, we're going to go ahead and jump over to a break. And then when we come back, it'll be game time. Welcome back, hockey fans. Brian Kirk coming at you from the Utah State University Hockey Club live streams for these Beehive Showcase games. Today, this morning, we have Providence taking on Boise State University. These teams have no strangers to the George S. Eccles Ice Arena. They come quite often. So let's hurry and jump into the starting lineups for the Providence Argonauts, who are going to be our visitors in this situation. Starting in goal, we have number 31, Tucker Bailey. Left side defense, number 2, Sam Duelmeyer. Right side defense, number 27, Jamal Shaw. Left side wing, number 24, William Clark. Right side wing, number 14, Stanislav Struthers. And manning it up in the center, number 17, Jonathan O'Brien. Now starting for the Boise State Broncos, we have number 30 in goal, Logan Hensley. Left side defense, number 20, Matthew Ross. Right side defense, number 15, Nick Smith. Left side wing, number 24, Micah Crum. Right side wing, number 13, Tyler Hansen. And manning it up in the center, number 14, Jackson Howell. We're going to go ahead and jump over to the national anthem. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back, hockey fans. Puck drop is just about to come down for us. I want to give you just a quick update on the goals from, the games from yesterday. We had Boise State take on Dakota College and took them to the win. Micah Crum ending up with 2 goals in that one. Jackson Howell coming up with his own as well. And I believe it was Nathan Brunel and DJ Grelensky that also scored in that game. And it was a fantastic game. Dakota College came out really strong, but then just started to fall behind when it came down to it. And Boise State was able to just outpace them throughout the course of that game. I went and talked with the head coach of the Providence Argonauts. His name is Dejan Mingo, and found out that they played Arizona State yesterday and took them to a 3-2 win. In that game, we had Adam Husley score 2, and Fabian Vick score 1. Before puck drop starts, we already have some little extracurriculars between the Argonauts and the Broncos. Puck is down, and the Argonauts are going to come away with that puck. Taking it forward here, we have O'Brien. O'Brien immediately going on to the attack, forcing up against the corner, dumping that puck forward and keeping it onside for the Argonauts right now. Argos number 14, Stanislav Struthers, getting very, very involved early on. Speed, trying to match the intensity. We have Jamal Shaw losing the puck here at center ice. It's picked back up by the Argonauts, and they'll bring it forward. A little bit of back and forth already as that puck's dumped all the way back to the defensive zone for the Broncos. Hansen tries to find the stretch pass over to Crum. It's unsuccessful. Good little nutmeg pass there to find Friedrich. Friedrich takes it around the back. Shot goes right off of the post. Good chance there for the Argos. Friedrich again Friedrich had a couple assists on his game yesterday. He actually might have had a goal now that I'm thinking about it as well. The Argonauts played fantastic. Shot from distance. Goes right off of the pads of goaltender Logan Hensley. Here come the Broncos now. Shot from distance. It goes right into the guts there of Tucker Bailey. Shot coming from Micah Crum. Crum looking to add to his account this weekend. He's been playing very, very well for the Broncos thus far in the Beehive Showcase, scoring 2 goals yesterday against Dakota College. 18:38 left here in the first period. Face off to the left-hand side of Bailey's net. Broncos come away with it, dumping it around, trying to get a little bit of strategic advantage going. Providence is going to come away with that puck after a good spell of defense. Here come the Argos, turning on the Jets, getting around. Can't quite get there, but another Argo is there to support. This is Belanger, jostling for this puck. Manages to come out beyond the blue line, and the Argos are going to have to reset their offense. Boise State trying to get out of their defensive zone, having a bit of trouble at the moment. Shot from distance, maybe more of a corner shot to try and get themselves back on side, but it goes right into the gloves there of Hensley. Now the Broncos try to get back onto the offense. It's a bit difficult for them at the moment, considering the speed of the Argos at the moment. No one there to support on the way through. Broncos being forced up into the corner. A lot of high pressure from the Argos currently at the moment, kind of disrupting any flow that the Boise State Broncos have had. There's a chance in front of the net. Shot. Good save there by Hensley. Hensley's able to get that one out, but it goes beyond the blue line, and the Argos will have to get back on side. Dumped it into the corner. Argos are being relentless in their pressure so far. Still 0-0 as it stands. Argos looking to do whatever they can at the moment. Dumps that puck around, and it'll go into the stick there. And the Broncos will come the other direction. Dumping it forward. No support as they make a line change, and the Argos should be able to reset their offense here. Good little heads-up awareness there from the Broncos to keep that one going, but it's not going to be enough as the Argos are doing their best to just kind of double-team the Broncos on any chance that they have. Just outpacing is the big thing. Here come the Broncos now. Comes around one. Shot. That goes off of a defenseman there for the Argos. Good defense there by number 2, Sam Duhlmeyer. Struthers about gets taken out there. He goes off for his finished line change. Dumped forward. Argonauts doing what they can. Argonauts in the neon green today. And that will be smothered by Logan Hensley. Breaking up that play, I think that was a good move to kind of slow down the offense for a second. This Argos offense being very relentless on their offense thus far. 16:13 left here in the first period. We'll have the face-off to the right-hand side of Hensley's net. Howell lining up across from Husley. That puck will go all the way through and back around. And chasing it back now is Duhlmeyer. Shot from distance there by Micah Crum. Goes off of the leg pads there of Bailey. Shot again. Ooh, misses barely on that one, just wide to the right. Shot coming from number 21 for the Broncos, and then coming the other direction are the Argos. A bit better spell of possession and offense here for the Broncos to respond to this aggressive Argonauts offense. Puck will come through, picked up by Crum. Crum dumps it, gets forced up onto the glass, recovered by the Argos. Janssens dumps that one forward, trying to get the stretch pass there for number 20, Nicholas Demchuk. Broncos, once again, being just absolutely double-teamed on every chance that they get the puck. You got to think that the message coming out to this game was just don't give them any breathing space. That seems to be what the Argonauts have been doing thus far. Argos come the other way. Bit of back and forth here. Dumped forward for the forecheck. Chasing it is Demchuk. He'll get there. Jocelyn in the corner. Broncos should come away with this one. Good outlet pass. Through the center. Dumped forward. It was a shot attempt, but I think it was more of a attempt to pass it over to his wingman, but it ends up into the gloves of Tucker Bailey. I want to thank you all for joining us this early morning game here at the George S. Eccles Ice Arena. Happy to be bringing you each of these games for the Beehive Showcase being hosted by the Utah State Aggies. Obviously, it's a fully Utah tournament or invitational, but we're really happy to be able to bring these out for you guys and get the extra experience for myself as a broadcaster and as well as see a bunch of different teams that we don't always get to see. Argonauts taking it upon themselves, dumping it forward. Shot is whiffed on. Great defense there by the Broncos, and they'll try an outlet, but it's only going to make it as far as Caleb West. Argonauts continue to push. Good aggressive defense here by the Broncos. West will have to chase this one back as the Argos reset their offense. Cross center ice, try and find the stretch pass to keep it going forward. Nothing there. Both teams fighting for it behind the nets. Broncos will come away with it. Oh, not before he gets his pocket picked, however. And the Broncos trying their best to get out of their defensive zone. It's been very difficult so far, but they've been managing as the score is still 0-0. Off the glass, trying to find a bit of a stretch pass. Caleb West loses his skates in the process. And here comes the Argos again. Good outlet pass to the right-hand side. Shot from distance, takes its deflection on its way through off of a Bronco skate. Here's Struthers. Looking for the shot there, but he couldn't get behind it as there was just a bit too much interference on the skates of the Broncos. Definitely not an actual interference call, but just a lot of clogging up of those lanes at the moment. Brunel tries to find his teammate there, Matthew Ross, but nothing there, and the Broncos will have to reset. Trying to find Ross on that stretch pass again, and they'll say there's no icing on that one. Coming back the other way now, it's Fabian Vick. Vick had a goal yesterday. Bit more of a bit of a tempo coming in for both of these squads as it's just back and forth defensive action at the moment. Shaw dumps it into the corner. Looking to find number 13. That's Colby Friedrich. Puck gets away from him. Distance shot comes right off of the leg pads there of Logan Hensley. Not sure he really saw it, but he was able to keep himself down. We're going to have a delayed penalty. I think it's going to be a boarding call. Yeah, it's going to be a boarding call. I'll have to see what number it is. It looks like 11, number 11, Fabian Vick, going to be the man serving that penalty. Yep, confirmation on the boarding call there to Vick. That will put the Boise State Broncos on the penalty. Looks like we have our sports athletic trainer, Sam, went out to give a quick check on number 10. That's Nathan Brunel, who looked like he took a bit of a hard shot on that one. Boise State looking like they get the better of the ends there. I know they had an injury yesterday as well, but glad to see that he was able to get off of the ice with his own energy. Broncos going on the power play here. See if they can respond to this aggressive Argonauts team so far. Argos win it. Shot from distance goes in and out. A bit of a whiff on the follow-up shot there, but good spell there for the Broncos as number 15, Nick Smith, tracks it back. Advances, finds his options, dumps it forward. Trying to find somebody, and Micah Crumb's going to chase this one down. Manages to get there, but not before it goes past the blue line. And here comes the Argonauts. That could have been a very dangerous spell as he would have been one-on-one in that situation. Here's Howell. Howell takes it across center ice. Turns on the Jets. Plays it through the crease. Nope. I think they're going to check the goal real quick, making sure it stays on its moorings there. Just a bit of a touch here at the George S. Eccles Ice Arena, and then these goals just come right off of their moorings a bit easily. So it's a multi-purpose ice rink. We have open skates. We have curling leagues. We have a figure skating squad. So it gets used quite a bit, and we can't put those goals too far into the ice. Broncos come away with that one again. Takes it beyond the blue line. They're going to have to take it back and reset their offense. Bit of a bad pass, but it ends back up into the Boise State possession. Read well by the Argos. Relentless pressure at the moment. This will be a shot. Goes just wide. Shot coming from number 5, Riker Street on that one. Pond shot from distance again. Bit better here from the Broncos being on the power play, trying to build some confidence up here. Street. Sorry, that was Pond on that one. Shot from distance, goes high and wide. Follow-up comes off of the goal. Broncos holding on to it, really applying the pressure. About 20 seconds left on the penalty. Shot comes off of the leg pads there of Bailey. Continuing to put on the pepper as it seems at the moment. Boise State looking better. That ends the penalty for trying the wraparound shot. Nothing on it, unfortunately. They got the wraparound yesterday against Dakota College, so I don't blame them for trying at least. Boise State trying to keep the offense going, but the Argonauts will find the outlet. Taking it across, they thought about calling a high stick there, but there was not enough there, so they continue to play on. Argos fighting for it up against the boards at center ice. Plays it forward. It's going to be picked up here by the Broncos. Good little outlet there, but it's too far ahead for the winger for Boise State. Good spell here. Here comes the Broncos. Weaves himself around one. This is Steven. Steven trying his best to do everything on his own right there. Had no support. Shot. Takes a deflection off of the Broncos defenseman, and Cooper's able to dump that one forward into the path of another one of his fellow offensive players. Argos dump it forward, trying to find Friedrich. Friedrich can't quite get there, and this will be a good chance here for the Broncos. It's dumped forward. They try to get it into the crease, but it's covered up well by Tucker Bailey. That coming from Hansen on that one. I think he was trying to connect with his fellow forward, Crawford, but there was just not enough there, and it took a bit of a deflection off of the defenseman. Very back and forth so far. 8 minutes, 39 seconds left here in the first period. Ref's going to have to ask someone to get out and have Boise State, as the encroachment was just a bit too much. Argos win that one, dump it around. Getting onto it. Continuing. Dolan J dumps it around, trying to find Tanton, and that will be covered up by Hensley. Neither squad really getting the best of either really opportunities at the moment. Everything's been right at both goaltenders, not having to make too much of an acrobatic save or get out of their comfort zones thus far. It's a testament to how good both teams are playing defensively at the moment. They're matching each other's aggression and intensity so far. Plays it around for Crum. Crum will take it across center ice. He'll play it forward. Trying to get onto it there was Street. Continuing, here's Howell now. Plays across, finds Micah Crum right in the center. Good layout there by Shaw to keep that one away. Only momentarily, but here come the Argonauts now. Weaves around one. Shot Goes off of the skate. Oh, and it's into the back of the net. No, it is not in the back of the net. That must have come right off the post. It looked like from my angle that it went in, but it did not. So they will call that an icing. That shot coming from number 28. That was Jamal Khalaf on that one. He had an absolute bullet of a shot there. It looked like it went in, but it must have just come right off of the post. It was like inside though. It's wild. Face off to the right-hand side of Hensley's net. That one makes it just as far as the defenseman, and Crum will come away with that one. Plays it off the glass, trying to spring forward Howell, but Howell saw that one the entire way, and that puck's going to go into the crowd. Not a whole lot of people here this morning, so a little bit less of a risk as far as getting hit with a puck, but it is very real. You come to these games, you might get hit with a puck, so be ready for that. Neutral zone face-off. Tainton will line up across from Graydon Pond. Argos come away with it, but springing forward are the Broncos. Plays it around the backside of the net, ends up with number 8. Shot from distance, makes its way through, but it's a great save there by Bailey. Shot again, takes a deflection on its way through. Very clogged up center portion of the offensive zone for the Broncos. Plays it back. Getting on the end of it here is Seth Jones. Jones gets taken down in the process, but it makes it to his defenseman, and that's going to make it, almost all the way through. I don't think Bailey saw that one coming all the way through, but it ends up just wide. Shot from distance. It's going to be just off of the post once again. Bit better here from Boise State. Shot. Comes off of the leg pads of Bailey. Recovered well by Jones. Jones looking for somebody. Makes it over to Smith. Shot. Takes a bit of a whiff on the way through. That was number 29, Brandon Duville. That'll be an easy icing call. Well, once again, this is game 7 of 8 today, and we'll have Utah State taking on Dakota College later today at about 2 p.m., give or take about 10 minutes at the moment. So make sure to jump on that stream with us. We'll be bringing it to you. We'll have Stockton Jukes and Brooks Bessemer calling that game. Boise State ends up with the puck again. Tries to play it in. Comes off of the skate there of Tainton. Playing it through. Makes its way to Bellinger. Bellinger loses it, but the Argonauts manage to keep it going. Bit of fighting here for both squads trying to get on the end of the puck. Very aggressive defense on both sides, trying to keep their offense alive. Dumped forward. Getting onto it is Clark. Clark plays it around, looking for O'Brien. O'Brien gets there, but he's forced up, and he's surrounded by Broncos at the moment. Unsure who's going to come away with this puck at the moment. Bit of jostling here in the corner. Probably the longest spell of jostling I've seen this entire weekend. Neither squad being able to fish this puck out. Just waiting to see who's going to get it. Comes out. The Boise State Broncos are going to come away with that one as they outlet to the other side of the rink, but it's going to come back through. Dumping it forward. Crum trying to get on the end of it, is able to get his stick around it, makes his way. Makes his way as far as number 7, that's Ursulak. Switches the field. Here comes the Broncos now. Shot comes off the leg pads of Bailey. Shot coming from number 8, Bryce Cooper. Dumped into the corner. Broncos playing really good defense right now, not getting caught on the odd man rush at the moment. Boise State just back and forth at the moment. Plays it across, outlet pass, good. Shot from distance, goes off of Hensley and just over into the backside netting. We'll have 4:35 left here on the first period. Face-off coming to the right-hand side of Hensley's net. Pond lines up across from Husley. Argos come away with that one. Dumping it in, doesn't make it all the way through. Only as far as Seth Jones. Good defense from both squads. Really can't get too much going on the offensive side. 4:20 left here in the first period. Way to fish that one out. It comes to the Argos, and they'll take it across center ice. This is Shaw, dumps it forward, trying to find Fabian Vick, but neither team really coming up with the crisp passes they need. Taking it around and getting his pocket picked by Shaw. Friedrich tries to make the stretch pass through, but it's just into a clogged vision of Broncos once again. Dumping it forward, taking a deflection on its way through to Husley, and that'll be an icing call. Puck will come back into the offensive zone for the for the Broncos. No, they're going to bring it all the way into the center. Very interesting call. And then go out of play. Maybe they got that wrong call. Instead of being an icing, they should have not called it dead. And they'll just do a center face-off in the neutral zone instead. Osika comes away with that one. And the Argonauts turn on the Jets once again, dumping it forward. Nobody there to really claim that puck, so it should go back to the Broncos. Dumps it around. It'll make it as far as number 12, Brett Jansen's. Good defense there, and we'll have a good chance here for the Broncos to get back into the offense. Bit of a high cross check is going to get called here. Yeah, it looks like it should be number 10, Nathan Brunel. He's going to get called for the cross check on that one. He had that check just a bit too high up. It looked like he got him right in the face, to be completely honest with you. So easy call right in front of the ref. Argonauts will go on the power play. This will be a good chance for them to assert some dominance and see if they can get a goal out on the short-handed Broncos side. Janssens will line up across from Tyler Hansen. A little bit of deliberation from the referees. Broncos win it initially, but the Argonauts fast on the face-off. Gets to it first. Shot from distance, takes a deflection on its way through. Good defense from the Broncos there. Number 13, Tyler Hansen, able to clear that line. Argos take their time, set up some good possession here. Here's Husley. Tries to find the stretch pass around the net. It'll come back to Husley. Plays to cross, finds Jamal Shaw. Husley again. Argos can't quite connect on all the passes there. Just to be a bit crisper on this one as that's played across the crease, trying to find Friedrich. Friedrich plays it back up to his forward. Taking it around the backside of the net. Back to Koloff. Back around the net once again. Friedrich thinks about the shot. Shot from distance. Goes up and into the backside netting. Friedrich passing that one over to Husley. Husley taking the one-timer. 2 minutes and 6 seconds left here on the first period. Face off to the left-hand side of Hensley's net. 51 seconds left on the penalty. Argos will come away with that one. West. West will think about the shot. Ooh, comes off of the post once again. Very dangerous. Back to West. Into the mixer. And it's cleared by the Broncos. Here's Shaw. Plays it forward, trying to spring forward Demchuk. It's read well by the Broncos defense, and it'll be recycled by Shaw once again. He assesses his options. Plays it forward for Demchuk. Demchuk trying to find the stretch pass off to the other side. Manages to get all the way to Vick. Vick thinking about his options here. Broncos have a good chance here, and that's a shot from distance by number 5, Caleb West, and that'll end up into Logan Hensley's glove. 1 second left on the penalty. Minute 16 left in the period. Steven lining up across from O'Brien. Argos come away with it again, but it gets all the way over to the Broncos, and they'll have a chance here, but he can't quite keep control of the puck, and Shaw is able to pounce on that one. Dumps it forward, trying to connect, but it's picked up well by the defense. Here come the Broncos. Bit of a 3v2 situation, and makes it only as far as the face-off circle, and here comes Struthers. Struthers takes that shot from distance, and it's going to be just smothered and kept by Hensley. Both teams are going to have to watch the physicality here in front, as we have both players just taking shots at each other at the moment. Trying to keep your goaltender safe, as well as trying to not look like you don't have the edge or anything. So both refs try and come in and break up any potential fights before they can happen. 50.4 seconds left here in the first. Hensley's mask needing to be tended to here by the refs. I think maybe the shot came off of his face mask a little bit, and just got it a little bit out of the comfort zone. Argos come away with it again. 47 seconds left on the clock here. Big defensive battle from both squads here. Dumped it in. This will be a chance. Oh, couldn't get on the end of it. That was number 13. Colby Friedrich couldn't get the final product, but he had an open net. Dumped into the crease. Clogged up still. And here comes Howell. Plays it to Crum. Crum's got options. Pass needs to be a bit crisper on that one. Here comes Friedrich the other direction. Gets his pocket picked by Crum, and it's really good, but he has no support, and he's able to go off for a line change. 7 seconds left. Maybe a chance here if they can get on the end of it. Nope. Well, that'll do it for us here in the first period of action. Providence Argonauts and Boise State Broncos 0-0 as it stands. It's been in a bit of a defensive showdown for both squads. Neither team can get too much going as far as the offense is concerned. I'd say my keys so far to this game, they need to make sure that they get onto the offense faster. Both squads can't seem to get enough skaters ahead to provide support for the attacking players that end up with the puck. And that just makes the defense's job a lot easier on their way through. So we'll have to get a bit of a cut of the ice and come back, see what the adjustments are for both of these squads. But as it stands, 0-0. We'll have a quick cut of the ice, and then we'll have puck drop for second period coming right at you. You're listening to Beehive Showcase Hockey. Welcome back, hockey fans. We have second period right around the corner here as both teams are making their way back onto the ice. 0-0 as it stands. Now, these Beehive Showcase games, I mean, it's a lot. It's definitely a lot. Each team goes and plays 4 games across the state of Utah, from all the way up here in Logan to all the way down in Provo against Utah Valley. So lots of travel, lots of hockey. I don't know how they do it. I talked to some of our Utah State University players in an interview recently and asked them about that exact thing. How do you play 4 games in 4 days? I see these guys and they're tired after one. But I talked with Titan Anderson, and this doesn't matter at all that much to you guys, I'm sure, but goaltender for Utah State, and he said that it's genuinely for the love of the game that they like doing this. So they put themselves through this torture just because they love the game. And they said even when it comes down to it, that last game tends to be the most fun game. So being that it's the last game for the Argos here and for Boise State, it might be a good one for them. So bit of a perspective from the side of a player on that one as we have puck drop coming right now. Boise State's going to come away with that one and dumping it forward into the corner, immediately trying to get on to the offense are Boise State. Micah Crumb's going to chase this one down, but it should only make it as far as Ursulak. Dumps it forward, nobody there. Good awareness there, and shot from Struthers. They collide with each other, these two Argo players, and Boise State will outlet over to number 13. He'll dump that one around the backside of the net. Chasing it around is Crum. Crum trying to get on the end of it. Neither player can get on it. Argos come away with that one. Playing it forward is Shaw. Shaw plays it forward, and then we have a shot from O'Brien, goes just wide. Playing it through, there's a shot right in front of the net, read well by Hensley. Micah Crum trying to get in front of that one. Comes around to the backside of the net. Played through. Defense continues. That one should be an easy icing call. They'll take the puck all the way back over here to the right-hand side of Hensley's net. Husley lining up across from Pond. Boise State comes away with it, switching the plane of attack. That should go all the way through, and the Argos will reset. Bit of a push there up against the wall and a lost stick by Graydon Pond. He makes his way off of the ice. I'm not sure why he leaves his stick in the process. Argos come the other direction, looking a bit slow coming out of the locker room so far. Hensley shepherds that one off to the side. Picked up by the Argos. Nope. It makes its way over to Boise State. Big stretch pass over, trying to find the stick of 27. That's Jones. Jones comes away with it again. Plays it back. Read well by the Argos defense. Defensive matchup so far from both teams. Stretch pass, bit too far ahead. Maybe the fatigue starting to wear on both squads playing 4 games. Here comes Boise State. Best chance of the night for them, of the morning, I should say. And that goes right into Bailey's waiting hands. Face off to the left-hand side. 17:45 left here in the second period. Once again, still back and forth between both of these squads. Cooper lining up across from the Argos. Argos come away with that one, plays it off the glass, dumps it forward. This should be an icing call again. Take it back into the offensive zone for Boise State. We'll recycle the same thing. Cooper lines up across. Boise State comes away with it again. Plays it around the backside of the net. No one there to support, and it'll go to the Argonauts. Argos pick it up. Dump that one forward. Once again, they're going to call off icing on that one. Boise State will have to reset from their defensive zone. High pressure from the Argos. Doesn't get caught on the odd man rush, however. They dump that one forward, and that's going to go all the way over to Bailey, who decides to just cover up on that one. Better safe than sorry when it comes down to it. I think that's always the best opportunity, or sorry, the best option available. You don't always need to get that puck right back out unless you have a perfect setup waiting to happen. So, goaltender looking to be smart in their play. Howell lines up across from number 16. Shot from distance, goes just high. Picked up by Crum. Back to Howell. Played it all the way back to the defense. Howell still holds on to it. Shot comes off the leg pads of Bailey. It's free. The rebound goes over to number 13, and it's read well by Bailey, and he just kind of covers up on that one. Way to get that leg pad down just in time. Face off to the left-hand side of Bailey's net. Bit of good spell of offense here for Boise State here for the moment. Won by the Broncos. Continuing forward is Howell. Shot. Gets a bit of a whiff on that one. Micah Crum loses his stick. It goes high up in the air. Crum's going to continue to fight for it regardless of the stick, using his feet instead. Argos come away with it. Struthers plays it across. Finds his forward. Good open ice hit there to break that one up by the Broncos. Coming the other direction. Puts it forward to number 27. I wish they would have put all the numbers in sequential order. Bit of a trip there, no call. They're going to blow it dead because the goal came off its moorings a bit. I think there could have been an easy tripping call in that one. Man with the puck gets tripped up. I think you can call that one, but refs say no thanks instead. 16-18 left here in this second period. Once again, game 7 out of 8 here at George S. Eccles Ice Arena. Utah State taking on Dakota College after this game at about 2 p.m. On a Sunday here in Logan, Utah, we'll see what kind of crowd we can get. I know that there's a good number of fans that will be here, but on a Sunday in Utah, it's a bit of an ask at times. Played forward, trying to find number 27, Seth Jones. Nobody there. Shepherded away by Bailey. Continuing to pick it up, though, are the Broncos, playing very, very good. I'd say their response in this second period has been a bit better than the Argos thus far. Plenty of hockey to be played, though. Coming around the backside is Hood. Hood forced up against the wall. Argos fished that one out. Has an option. There's going to be a penalty here on number 17. It's going to be a hold, it looks like. Number 17, indeed, makes his way. It's Jonathan O'Brien. Be it for a hold on that one. Go to the box for 2 minutes. That puts the Broncos on the 2-minute power play. Be a great opportunity here. Broncos coming out into this second period. I'd say the better of the two squads thus far. Still no score. It's a good opportunity for them to assert a little bit of dominance here. It's been a very hard defensive battle on both sides. Jones standing across from Friedrich. Boise State looking to do a little bit of possession work. Gets over to Howell. Howell will take that shot. Goes off of the post. Rings it. Crum leaves it for Howell. No, he holds on to it. Plays it to his defenseman. Back to Crum. Crum's got a few this weekend. Tries the wraparound here. It's a bit of a mixer here. Nobody can get on it. Argos clear it, but just as far as Crum. Trying to set up number 27. That's Seth Jones again. Couldn't get on the puck. Jones with it now. Jones takes the shot, takes a deflection on the way through. Howell plays it back to the defenseman of Hansen. Hansen back to Howell. Shot from distance, and it's in the back of the nets. Great shot there by Jackson Howell as he's able to open up the scoring here finally for the Boise State Broncos. Took about 26 minutes, 25 minutes here to get a goal.
14, 13, 15.
They'll credit the assists to number 13, Tyler Hansen, and number 15, Nick Smith on that one. Coming the other way once again, Broncos putting on the pressure, feeling themselves now. A bit more confident after that goal. Big hit there up against the boards. Broncos trying their best to just keep the pedal to the metal at the moment, coming away with that first goal. Providence needs to respond to this one. Well, it's been a defensive battle this entire time. It's about time somebody go ahead and scored. And as I was stating, Boise State coming out with a bit more oomph in this second period, and they're rewarded with that with a good power play goal. Here comes the Argos coming the other direction. Here's Tainton. Plays it forward only to get picked off by the Broncos. Broncos can't keep a hold of it, and the Argos will be able to reset their offense. Caleb West kind of getting forced around both sides, has to dump it forward, and ends up back at Caleb West after a brief stint there with the Boise State Broncos. Dumped it forward, good deflection there. Caleb West once again trying to get himself beyond, makes his way over to Fabian Vick. Back to West, dumps it into the corner. It's going to be grabbed by Hensley. Hensley leaves it for his defenseman. Bit of a defensive almost debacle there, but Maloney comes away with it, dumps it forward. It ends up here with Brunel. Brunel plays it across the crease. Shot double save there by Bailey. Great read by the goaltender. Make it over. Another shot from distance in the back of the nets. Make it 2 here. That'll be Maddox Hood on that goal. We'll give you the assists here in a moment, but Boise State feeling themselves now, getting the confidence going, getting the first goal, burying the second one there against Bailey. And Providence is a good team, but they're getting broken down at the moment by the Boise State Broncos. Now Providence has themselves a bit of a hole to come out of this one. Argos will come away with that one, but it makes it back over to the Boise State Broncos. Turning up the heat now are the Broncos, feeling themselves for sure now. Still haven't heard about those assists. I didn't see who it was. They're going to credit the assists to Maddox Hood, who just scored prior to that, and then to number 10, Nathan Brunel on that one. Broncos continuing forward. Here's Hood again, getting himself involved all the way through. 2-0 our scoreline. Just under 13 minutes left here in the second period. Boise State coming out and really putting on the pressure now. Argos take a shot, goes right into Hensley's glove there. Very well read, saw the entire way. Shot coming from Elliot Vanini on that one. Well, the Argos meeting here over by the face-off circle have some discussions to be made. What kind of response do they need to get? They need to start getting some shots off, truly. It's get the support from the offense, get something going as much as possible. Boise State feeling very confident getting that high pressure going, keeping the Argos in the uncomfortable position at the moment. Played forward. Finds Howell, but that's going to end up into the back of the Boise State bench. We'll have a neutral zone face-off. Quiet arena at the moment as the music got cut. O'Brien across from Howell. Boise State will come away with it, but it gets slotted through and it ends up with the Argos back in their defensive zone. Picking it up are the Argos. Dumps it forward, trying to find Struthers, but it's only going to make it to number 15, Nick Smith on that one. And the Boise State offense coming the other direction now. Can't connect on the pass, however. Here comes the Argonauts. Bit of a 2v2. Shot from distance into the hands of Husley. Shot coming from number 23 of Todd on that one. Hensley being tested here, but each of those shots have been going right into his glove. They're going to have to get a bit more variation going. But you can't make it unless you take the shots. And even if it's not the best shot, it's important to get that shot off. Make the goaltender make the save and work for it. So a bit of a better spill here for the Argos. Boise State chasing this one down. It'll be Berlensky trying to get on the end of it. It'll be dumped all the way back in the corner. That's going to go too high into the back nets. They'll have a neutral zone face-off. They're going to take it all the way into the center as the pass itself came all the way from back there. Tanton lines up across from Cooper, and the Argos will come away with it. Ross plays it across. Doesn't make it all the way through, and the Argos remain on side, but there's no one there to help. Ross again plays it up and over the boards. Ref has to jump over that puck to keep out of the way. Argos trying to put some pressure on, finding it a difficult job to connect some passing at the moment. Good outlet pass, finds some open space. Dumped forward, bit soft. Trying to get on it here is Bellinger. Plays it back to the defenseman Shaw. Shaw again. Looks to shoot, takes the shot, goes high. Face-off coming to the left-hand side of Hensley's nets. We'll have Husley lining up across from Graydon Pond. Shot goes high, it goes in and out of Hensley's glove. Could have been dangerous, but it was still a bit high. Better spell here for the Argonauts, getting some good offensive time here. Makes it back to the defense. Here's Shaw. Dumps it forward. Finds Friedrich. Or Husley, apologies. Husley sends it over to Friedrich, but here comes the Broncos on the other way. Here will be a chance. Shaw from distance. In and out of the glove, and it's cleared away by Shaw. Good shot by the Broncos. Here coming the other way now are the Argonauts. Good pass there, and it's off of the leg pads. Fantastic shot there. That was Fabian Vick on that one. Vick continues with the puck. Shot from distance, goes high and wide, but it takes a deflection on its way through. Boise State has to be a bit careful here. Shot is high once again off of number 28. That was Jamal Koloff on that shot. Boise State able to clear, but it doesn't get past the blue line. They have a bit more defense to be had. Oh, a bit of a 1v1 situation now. Smith against Shaw. Shaw reads that well. Smith didn't have much of a foothold going forward, but coming the other direction now is Vick. Vick gets his pocket picked. Good defense work by the Boise State Broncos. Boise State comes the other way. Dumps it forward. Nobody there to get on the end of it. Both teams looking a bit tired, but you'd think so after a bunch of games this weekend. Fishing it out in the corner now. 8:36 left on the clock. Players going down. Boise State is able to manage to get that one away. Dumping it up. Boise State has to get back on side before they can do anything. The Argos should be able to build out of the back. Whiffs on the pass, and here comes the Broncos again. In front of the net, losing it. Shot comes off of the leg pads. Very, very close on that shot, but manages to come the other way. Argos turn up the heat. Shot from distance in the face-off circle. We're going to have ourselves a bit of a penalty here. It's going to be a penalty on the Broncos when it's blown dead eventually. Argos trying to get something going, and then here we go. I think it should be a cross-check, maybe. We'll see who it is. Number 25 looks like he's going to be the guilty party. Nope. It's number 20. Number 10 on that one, actually. Nathan Brunel makes his way to the box for that one. It's going to be a cross-check penalty. Face off to the right hand side of Hensley. This puts the Argos on the power play. This is a good chance for them. Hooking is the actual call. Friedrich takes it around the backside of the net. Plays it back. Finds Husley. Husley takes it across. Nope. Leaves it for Struthers. Plays it across. Finds Bellinger. Bellinger back to Husley. Or to Friedrich. Sorry, I get Husley and Friedrich mixed up as far as their numbers are concerned. Forced up against the wall. He's got an assist with Bellinger here. Back to Bellinger. He'll think about the shot. Plays it back to his forward. Argos, good stint of offense. Shot. Oh, he whiffs on the shot. Chance here. Ends up into the gloves of Hensley. Argonauts looking a lot better here thus far, but it took 2 goals before they kind of came to life, and still need to get that first goal. We'll have the face off to the right-hand side of Hensley's net. Standing across it is Glasgow and number 8, Bryce Cooper. Shaw comes away with this one. Thinks about the shot, takes the shot, it goes wide. It looks like it took a deflection on its way through. Here's West. West plays it forward to Vic. Vic, shot up in front. Nobody can get on the end of it. Boise State will clear. That should kill some time off. 50 seconds left on the penalty. Shaw assesses his options, plays it forward. Ends up with number 18 for the Argos. Continuing forward, Shaw still has the puck. Plays it over and across. Shaw from distance. Good save by Hensley to anticipate that one as it came all the way through. That's Darnell Glasgow on that shot. Face off to the right-hand side of Hensley. 25 seconds left on the penalty. Boise State has weathered the storm well, but not after a number of attempts here. Puck goes to Shaw. Weaves his way around one. Shaw from distance. Makes its way through, but no one can get all on the end of it after the rebound. Glasgow trying to fight for it once again. Comes away to Shaw. Bit of open ice here. Shot off of the leg pads of Hensley. Shaw tries to save it and recover, but he can't quite get there, so we'll go all the way over to Bailey. Bailey will have some chances here. Plays it forward for Vic. Boise State out of the penalty here. Immediately getting on the end of it is the Broncos. That was number 10, Nathan Brunel, just had gotten out of the box, and we're going to have ourselves a different penalty, but this one on the Providence Argonauts. See what the official call is here. We have ourselves another hook on number 11 this time, Fabian Vick. This is his second time in the box. This will put Boise State on the power play once again. They were very successful the last time they were on the power play, opening the scoring for this game. Let's see if they can do that again. It's covered up well immediately. That puck goes over to Tucker Bailey's hands, and he just covers up. 2 seconds built off the old penalty clock. We will reset. Crum standing across from O'Brien. Argos will come away with that one. Dumping that one all the way through, cutting off some valuable time. Coming the other direction now are the Broncos on the power play now. Pick their pocket now, and here comes, ooh, that was a big hit against O'Brien. Got taken down. We're going to have ourselves an offsetting penalty now as an interference call is put onto Micah Crum. So there's going to be about a 23-second difference on this penalty clock. We'll have 4v4 hockey for just a moment, and then the Argos will themselves go on to the power play, but we'll have to see what happens in the course of this next minute 37 before that happens. Husley loses that face-off to the Broncos, but it'll only make it across it barely makes it to the goal, and Friedrich's able to get on the end of it. Hard to get the possession going at the moment for both squads. And that'll make it as far as number 12, that's Jansen's. Jansen's plays it across for West. West now takes it across center ice. Thinks about crossing it through the crease, takes it around the backside of the net instead. Makes it to Husley. Husley again, back. Plays it through. Ooh, and that was a dangerous one. It comes off the leg pads of Hensley. Argos continue to apply the pressure. Here's Friedrich now. Takes it around the backside of the net. Has Husley shot. Ends up in the back of the net. That's the response that the Argonauts needed. Friedrich gets that pass off. Lines it up perfectly for Husley. And he's able to get the shot off. And it should be 2-1 here. But because it's 4v4 hockey, both players will stay in the box here. They're going to give the secondary assist to Jansen's on that one. Husley with the goal, Friedrich with the first assist, and then Jansen's with the second assist. Argos feeling a bit better about themselves now. Continue to apply the pressure. Here's Bellinger. Bellinger holds on to it himself, gets kind of stuck up here with the Broncos, and that's going to go into the bench area for the Argonauts. 4:11 left here on the second period. We have ourselves a game once again. 2-1 is our scoreline. Left-hand side of Henley's net will be the face-off. Smith lines up across from number 28. It's Koloff. Bellinger. Bellinger again. He'll take that shot from distance. It comes off of the backside of the net. It almost looked like it was a goal, but not quite. Koloff holding on to it, plays it back. Ends up with number 2. That was Duhlmeyer, and that shot is going to take a deflection into the backside net. .30 left on the Boise State penalty, 13 seconds left on the Argonauts penalty. Itching to come out is Fabian Vick right now. Boise State will come away with that one, dumps it forward. But they're playing hard. Duhlmeyer getting on the end of that one. They'll play it back. It's going to make it to Shaw. Argos back in full strength again. Good chance for them for about 18 more seconds. Shot from distance. Takes a deflection on its way through off of a defenseman. Shaw will have a chance here. He looks to take the shot. Takes the shot. It makes its way through the mixer, but it's only deflections on the way through. Shaw will have another chance here. 2 seconds left on the penalty. Oh, that puck was live still. They called it dead in favor of Hensley, but it was not in his glove. So maybe they're going to try and call protection against the goaltender, maybe some goaltender interference. Nothing malicious. Both teams trying their hardest just to play hard, and the Argos trying to get that second goal here with only 3:17 left. 1 second left on the Micah Crum penalty. He would have liked that one to go just a hair longer, and then we would have been back to 5v5. Husley will stand across this one from, need a number 13. That's Hansen. Husley wins that one, shot immediately, but it's a bit whiffed on it, maybe chunked. And that puck will go all the way through. And recovering it will be number 25, Osika. Here's Husley. Can't hold on to that puck. Good outlet pass here, finding some open space. Here's Micah Crum just coming out of the box. Shot from distance goes high and wide. Distance shot once again takes a deflection on the way through off of Husley. And here comes the Argonauts the other direction. Here's the captain. Tries to take a shot, breaks his stick instead. Secondary shot goes up to Hensley. We have a couple players tangled up here. It was Husley and number 5, Riker Street on that one. Physicality is getting back up there now. Both teams having some goals on the board. Gets them a little bit more pumped. Happy to see it. We don't need any lazy Sunday hockey. Husley will line up across from 16, Pond. Plays it all the way out. Argos will reset their offense. Got to get onside. Pond leaves it. Blown dead. We'll have ourselves a face-off once again to the right-hand side of Hensley's goal. Kaloff comes away with that one for the Argos. Trying to play it there is Ursulak. Only makes it to the Broncos at that point. This should go all the way through. That'll be an icing call. 2 minutes and 12 seconds left here in the second period of action. Game 7 of the Beehive Showcase. Happy to have you, whether you're from Boise State or from the Providence Argonauts. Happy to have you here in the chat. Hopefully it's staying nice and cordial between both fan bases. But happy to be bringing you this this live stream here on the Utah State University Hockey Club live stream. That puck will go all the way around. Another icing call. Back we go to the right-hand side of Hensley's net. Pond will line up across from Vanini. Pond wins that one. Dumped forward by the Broncos. Here they come the other direction. Here's Smith trying to get on the end of it, but he plays it a bit too forward for himself. Tries to get it more centered. Trying to spring forward Vanini. Nobody there. Once again, fishing it out here over in the corner. Shaw will come with it. Plays it through the crease. There's no one there to get on the end of it. And it'll make it all the way over to Duhlmeyer. Duhlmeyer now. Over to Shaw. Shaw thinks about his options. Plays it forward. Ends up with Vanini. Vanini takes it across the blue line. Leaves it. Through into the mixer. There's still no one there, unfortunately for them. Back over to Shaw. Vanini again. Shot from distance, takes a deflection off of a defenseman, and here comes Boise State the other direction. Just over a minute left here in the second period. Big hit up there on the boards. Vanini coming away with it. Big stretch pass, trying to get on the end of it here was number 18. That's Darnell Glasgow, but it's going to be another icing call. .3 seconds left here in the second period. 2-1 is our score line. All 3 goals coming in this period alone. Adding a bit of excitement here. Boise State comes away with that one. Calling for it. Shot from distance, it's in the back of the net. Wow, what a shot. That was number 13, Tyler Hansen's going to get credited with the goal. And that'll make it a 3-1 in favor of Boise State now. Not a whole lot there that Bailey could do about it. I don't think he anticipated the shot initially, and it was a rocket over into the top right corner, right off of the faceoff as well. Immediately, Bellinger is trying to get on it to respond before this end of the second period. Shot. 38 seconds left. Makes it through Still a bit of a wild one coming out of this this corner. Boise State will take it across. They'll give the assists there to number 14, Jackson Howell. Howell with a goal, now has an assist. Played across, just over 10 seconds left here in the second period. Argonauts will dump that one around the backside of the net. They're gonna need to do a little bit more than that, unfortunately. Crum takes it away through, and that should do it here. Ooh, we had ourselves a slash there right at the end. Bit of aggression kind of coming through. Frustration maybe from the Argonauts finding themselves down 3-1 going into this second period. Sorry, into this locker room after the second period. Wouldn't be surprised to see something kind of called retroactively after that one, because that was an obvious slashing call. Argos fast to get into the locker room, but it's Boise State all smiles at the moment as they look at the Argonauts going into the locker room. Plenty of hockey left to be played. Most dangerous lead is a 2-goal lead, so I wouldn't say this one's over. There's still plenty of time for the Argos to respond and get back into this one, but I'd say that one was all Boise State in that one. Still plenty of deliberations being had here in front of the score box, maybe trying to argue the fact that there was definitely a slashing call not made there at the end. Not sure what was said, what was done, but we'll go into the period here. We'll have a quick cut of the ice. About 13 minutes later, we'll have yourselves the third period of action. You're listening to Beehive Showcase Hockey. We'll be right back. Welcome back, welcome back, hockey fans. We appreciate you joining us here today for Game 7, period number 3 here of the Beehive Showcase. This competition between the Providence University Argonauts and the Boise State University Broncos. It was a scoreless first period, and then all 4 goals came in the second period. Opening the scoring was Jackson Howell and Tyler Hansen, and then Maddox Hood adding the third one just before the end of the period. But during the second period as well, Adam Husley was able to connect on a goal with Colby Friedrich and Brett Janssens. So, still plenty of hockey left to be played, and we've got to see what kind of response is going to be made by the Argonauts if they're going to want to stay in this one. Boise State's been probably the better of the two, for sure the better of the two squads this afternoon. But Providence is a good club. They have a good pedigree of success, and there's still plenty of time left in this game, and there's no more dangerous lead than a 2-goal lead. So let's see what the response is from Providence coming into this one. If you're Boise State, you got to keep your pedal to the metal, I would say, and keep it going. Puck drop happens here, and immediately on the attack is Struthers. Struthers will take a shot, and it'll go wide. It'll make it over to Micah Crum. Crum takes it across the other side, dumps it around side to the back of the net. Chasing it is Howell, but it'll be picked up here by Duhlmeyer instead and dumped the other way. Boise State comes away with it, trying to feel each other out here so far in this second period. Micah Crum taking it across center ice himself, dumps it up and around the backside of the net. Once again, they'll go up for a line change, and the Argonauts will recover. Here's Duhlmeyer. Duhlmeyer assesses some options, takes it forward himself. Duhlmeyer continuing to hold on to it, tries to play it across the crease, can't quite get there, and Boise State will come the other direction now. Good stretch pass here to find number 9. That's Gavin Smith. Smith will play it around side the back of the net, and it'll be picked up here. Fabian Vick trying to shot from distance. Ooh, it was a bit of a shocker shot from Maddox Hood, looking to add to his account, but that's easily read and picked up by Tucker Bailey. 18:59 left here, just over a minute played. Left side face-off circle. Providence jostling for the puck here. Dumps it forward. Here is Husley. Husley takes a shot. Ooh, he was trying to connect there with Friedrich on the back post. Argos continuing to apply the pressure at the moment. Vick tries to connect there with Husley. Can't quite get all the way through, and this one will go through, and it'll be off to the races as Micah Crum tries to fight for this one with Osika, but Osika comes away with it. Dumps it forward for Friedrich. Friedrich dumps it into the corner now. Trailing behind him was number 22 for the Argonauts. This will come all the way back to West. West plays it around the backside of the net, and it'll go all the way to number 10, Brunel for Boise State. Shot from distance goes into the glove of Logan Hensley. Shot coming from Bellinger. Providence getting the better of the opportunities so far in this third period, just over almost 2 minutes into this second period. Gotta wonder what the message was coming out of the locker room for them. It's time to take some shots would be my guess. Bellinger, backside of the net. He's got West. Plays it to West. West takes the shot. Comes off of the face mask there of Hensley. Argonauts looking a little bit more alive this so far in this one. Boise State comes the other way. Here's Howell. Howell's got one. Connects with his wingman. Back to Howell. Plays it through the center, trying to find Crum. Howell, back to Crum. Plays it back to his defenseman. Back to Crum. And forward now, trying to connect there with Hansen. Hansen thinks about the shot. Leaves it. Here will be a shot from distance, and it takes a deflection on the way through. Getting on the end of that was Tanton. Argonauts come the other direction. Connecting. That was Demchuk, dumps it into the corner. Picking it up now is Glasgow, forced up against the wall. Glasgow comes away with it, however. Forced off of the puck. Bit of fishing here in the corner once again. Boise State is able to clear. It'll make it as far as number 2, Duelmeyer on that one. Dump forward, goes off of the leg pads there of Bailey. Big hit up against the boards. Coming the other direction now. Here's Koloff. Koloff takes it across center ice, plays it out. Shot from distance into the pads of Hensley. Good shot there from Koloff. Apologies, not Koloff. That's 18, not 28. Glasgow. Face off to the right-hand side of Hensley's nets. It'll be Cooper lining up across from the Argonauts. Boise State jumps on it, starts going the other direction. Good read there and pokes the stick up just to disrupt that puck. Boise State has to get back on side. Here's Osika. Osika plays it off the wall, ends up finding the stick of Janssens. Janssens holds on to it. Dumps it forward, connects. Good disruptive there by the Broncos. Number 22, that's Gorlensky, gets forced to the ground. Dumping it forward is Todd. Recovering are the Boise State Broncos, however, coming the other direction. Todd gets thrown into the wow, thrown into the the Argos bench. What a hit. Boise State managed to hold on to that one, however. Coming the other direction now. Here's Hood. Plays it back. Connects with Street. Boise State managed to hold on to this one. It'll come through the crease. There'll be a chance on shot. Oh, and it comes in and out of the gloves there of Bailey, but it's a well-defended puck otherwise. Boise State looking to apply some pressure now. A bit even as far as back and forth action. Stretch pass looking for number 10 with Brunell, but it makes it over to the Argos. And here comes Boise State instead. Brunell, shot. Ooh, that's in the back of the net. Brunell covers up. Sorry, Brunell plays it back over to number 14 of Jackson Howell. Will get his second on the night, on the afternoon at this point. Brunell with 2 assists. Howell with 2 goals. Makes it 4-1 against the Argos. Argos were looking good there. They had made some great adjustments coming into this third period, but they're being punished by Boise State at the moment. Boise State wins the faceoff. Comes away with it. Puck up into the stands. Had a fan that quite wasn't looking at it. Luckily, they didn't get hit by it. Face-off will come to the right-hand side. They'll credit Osika. No, not Osika. I'm looking at the wrong one. They'll credit Maloney with the secondary assist on that one. Boise State will dump that one forward. Picked up here by Duelmeyer. Duelmeyer continues to hold on to it. Gets to Bellinger. To Shaw. Shaw plays it forward. Good stretch pass here to Bellinger. Boise State coming the other direction. Howell looking to get on it again. Maybe wants a third. Big hit there on Micah Crum up on the boards. Playing it forward, trying to connect there. Can't quite get there. Have to play out of the back, our Boise State. Having a bit of trouble coming up forward. Doing it all himself at the moment. He'll have a shot on net. It's number 29. Great shot there by Duville. Chasing it down now is Koloff. Koloff will play it back here to Osika. Osika plays the stretch pass over, trying to connect with Glasgow on that one. This will go all the way back here, and Osika will track it. Osika. Over to Koloff. Shot all the way through. Picked up once again by the Argos. Argos will advance. Cross center ice into the offensive zone, but Boise State's able to disrupt that one and go the other way. Picked up by West. West finds number 23. That's Todd, and they'll keep it going. Todd holding on to it. Plays it back to his defenseman. Looks like it's Struthers who was on the end of it. Correction, that is Struthers, yes. West comes away with the puck. Gets a good little fake out move. Shot from distance goes in and out of the glove of Hensley. But it'll come back, and the Argonauts will recycle here. Struthers plays it forward, trying to connect with Friedrich. Friedrich connects with West. West flops on the pass, and there's going to be a stretch pass here. Trying to get on the end of it here would be Brunel. Brunel holds on to the puck. He's got no support at the moment. Argos forced up onto the boards by Brunel. Through the center. This will come all the way through to defenseman Ross. All the way through. Picked up and grabbed there, snagged down, and dropped to Ursulak. Boise State in the right place at the right time at the moment to just disrupt everything the Argos are pushing forward. West plays it up and off. We'll make it to Hood. Looking for the puck at the moment. Looks like it went out of bounds into the Argonaut bench. 4-1 is our scoreline here in the third period. Face-off will come to the left-hand side of the net. Shot from distance by Boise State. It'll be picked up here and continued forward by Street. Good avoidance of a hit. Makes it to Micah Crum. Crum trying to connect with Howell. Comes the other way. Here is Friedrich. Shot goes into Hensley. .11 minutes, 10 seconds left here in the third period of Game 7 here at the George S. Eccles Ice Arena. Utah State will be taking on Dakota College after this one. Both teams raring to go. Husley's being told to get out. Friedrich comes away with that one to Husley. Plays it into the crease. Not enough pepper on that one as far as a shot is concerned, but Husley takes a shot. Ooh, and it's in the back of the net. That was Friedrich on that one. Good response there by the Argonauts. Friedrich will come away with the goal. We'll give you the assist in a moment. Four to 2 now is our score line. Both teams scoring one here in the third period. Don't count the Argonauts out quite yet.
7-11.
They'll credit Jamal Shaw with an assist and Fabian Vick with the assist on that one. Argonauts coming back into it, pushing themselves forward, trying to keep it going, keep this momentum forward. This is Demchuk. Plays it back. Boise State will come the other direction now, playing it forward. Good disruption by Bellinger to keep it going. Demchuk chasing it. Forced up against the glass now, fishing it out in the corner once again. 2 Argos, 2 Broncos here, trying to get it out. Unsure who. Argos are able to disrupt it enough to keep it out. Tracking it back now is Osika. Osika plays it across. Good stretch pass, trying to get on it is Bellinger, but it's too far forward, and then it'll be blown dead for an icing. .10 minutes, 18 seconds left here in the third period. left-hand side of Bailey's goal. Thank you once again for joining us here, choosing the Utah State broadcast for this Beehive showcase. We're happy to be bringing it to you. Whether you're a Argos fan or a Boise State fan, we're happy to have you. Argos come away with that one. Dumping it forward, trying to find Bellinger. Bellinger gets a stick on it, but nobody can keep it going. Unsure what the call is on this one. Hand pass, they're gonna call a hand pass on that one. 10 minutes, 10 seconds left here in the third period. 4-2 is our score line. Boise State's been very well in control in this game, but the Argonauts are building themselves back here. We'll see what they can do as far as getting one more here. Elliot Vanini walks away with that one. Plays it back. Vanini again. Continuing forward are the Argos. Shot from distance. It's going to be covered up by Hensley. Shot coming from number 22. That's Daniel Tanton. Face off to the right-hand side of the net. Vanini steps up into this one. Once again, coming away with it are the Argos. Plays it into the crease. It's in and out of the glove of Hensley, and it's cleared by Boise State. This will go all the way through and picked up by Osika. Osika has some options, but plays a kind of hesitates on the pass a little bit and allows Boise State to kind of come forward and capitalize on that one. Osika manages to get away from it. Here's Glasgow being forced up against the boards. Glasgow comes away with a good stretch pass out to Osika, coming the other direction. Glasgow gets shot. It's in the back of the net. Great opportunity there. Argos building themselves back up once again. That was Glasgow on the shot. We'll give you the assists once again. Lots of numbers being thrown around at the moment. 3-4 is our score line. The Argos really putting it on the Boise State Broncos at the moment. Boise State has to make some adjustments if they want to keep this lead going.
18, 28, 12.
They're going to credit Jamal Koloff and Brett Jansen's on the assists to that goal. And we have ourselves a hockey game once again. Plenty of time left here for the Argos to try and even this one up, even maybe take the lead. We'll see what happens. Here comes Struthers. Argos looking like the better of the two squads here coming into this third period. They're really fighting for it now. Just go all the way back over to Bailey's net, and he'll cover up smartly. Boy, it's been a good game. Both teams looked a little sluggish coming out of in the first period, but they've managed to warm themselves up and maybe get themselves angry enough, coming down 3-1 at one point. Argos looking a lot better. Husley wins that face-off, comes through, comes off of West. Husley will take it forward, trying to connect with Friedrich. They're going to call an icing on that one, but ooh, Argos fans and the Argonauts players kind of upset on that one. I think there was a touch. Shouldn't have been an icing call, but they're going to go ahead and bring it back anyway. Woo. Disappointing call. They're actually going to bring it here into the center. That's a really interesting one. Normally the icing would go all the way back forward, but we're going to do a center face-off. Maybe that's an indication that the refs got that one wrong. Husley lining up across from number 16. I don't even have a 6. Nope, that's Graydon Pond. My bad. I keep forgetting that one. Shaw dumps down forward. What a great stretch pass to find Friedrich. Friedrich's got Husley. Shot from distance comes in and out. Ooh. Husley's able to recover that one. Argos trying to get that fourth goal right now. They want it. They'll make it through. Big hit there by Duhlmeyer, and this puck will go all the way back through, and they'll call another icing. .809 left here in the third period. Argos fighting hard for the fourth goal. Boise State trying to withstand the storm at the moment. Argonauts come away with it again. This is more of the Argos team that I'm used to seeing, being very relentless on their pressure and their offense. Boise State's not a team to be slept on, of course. A very good squad. But holding on to the lead here at the moment as the Argonauts are breathing down their necks. Tanton comes away with that one. It's been all shot from distance. It was Duelmeyer on that one. He doesn't get full contact with the stick. Duelmeyer plays the forward pass, trying to get onto it is Bellinger. Bellinger gets there. Back shot from Shaw, trying to play it through into the mixer. Being forced up onto the wall there, that was number 20, that's Demchuk. Boise State managed to clear that line. It'll go all the way to Bailey. Shepherded over to number 27, Shaw. Coming the other direction, once again, dumping that one forward here was Gerlinski. Picked up by Shaw. Shaw will get the stretch pass over there to number 28. That's going to be called an icing, however.
Let's go, boys.
7:08 here left in the game. 4-3 in favor of the Boise State Broncos. Howell lines up across, comes away with it, is the Argos. Bellinger managed to get a stick on it. He'll track it forward. Bellinger takes it around himself. Around the backside of the net, goes for the wraparound, trying to get in front of it, but it's picked up by Hensley. Good read there by the goaltender, the veteran goaltender at this point. I've seen Hensley for the last 3 years. He's stymied the Aggies once before to, I think the last time the Aggies played Boise State, it was Hensley in goal. He had himself a great game. Argos holding on to it. Continuing forward, here's West. West was right behind him. Couldn't get the stick onto it. Here comes Howell. Howell managed to keep his footing for just a second. He puts that one into the corner. Crum will track it down, but Argonauts will come away. Dumping it forward, getting onside. Here comes the Argonauts once again. Here's Koloff trying to get there and be on the end, but it'll go all the way around and tracking it now. Big hit there on the boards. Tracking it back is Glasgow. High stick is not called. And there it is. Late whistle on the high stick. No connection with another player, so I don't think there will be a penalty on this. Just a neutral zone face-off. No, apologies. They'll be in the defensive zone for the Boise State Broncos. Right-hand side of Hensley's net. 6:04 left in the third. Husley wins that one. Shaw over to Duelmeyer. Getting on the end of it here, trying to be there is Friedrich. Here's Friedrich. He'll have a shot on net, goes into the glove of Hensley. Good save. Five minutes and 50 seconds left. 1:17 is our local time here in Cache Valley, Utah. Friedrich can't win that faceoff. Can't win all of them, I guess. Argonauts been very good on the faceoff so far, though, this third period. Coming the other way, here's Hood. Hood wants another one. Shoots from distance, but it's easily read by Bailey. Picking it up now are the Broncos, tracking it around the backsides of the net. Will make its way over to Gerlinski. Gerlinski chipped that one forward into about center ice, but it's picked up by Husley. Husley coming the other direction. He has some support in the center. Trying to get onto it. Shot from distance. Ooh, good read there, and we'll have a chance here on net. Shot Just wide. Shot coming from Steven on that one. Boise State trying to fight for it, though. Has a big storm to weather as Belanger gets ahead of the defenseman. Puck is played all the way back out. And this will end up with Janssens. Janssens over to Duhlmeyer. Duhlmeyer will take it into the offensive zone. Cuts back. Shot into the back of the net. That's the fourth one there. Duhlmeyer levels it for the Argos. It's been all Argonaut territory here. What a shot. Sam Duhlmeyer getting that goal. 4-4 with 4 minutes and 34 seconds left. We'll give you the assist in a moment. What a response from this Argonaut squad, scoring 3 goals here in the third period to level it. Boise State has themselves a bit of an issue here. See what can be done. They're just going to credit Duhlmeyer on that one only. I know it took some deflections on the way through, but they're going to credit just a singular goal, and we're going to have ourselves a timeout here for a moment as Boise State has to figure something out. The Argonauts came out of this one ready. Not sure what the message was coming out of the locker room, but they've taken it to heart. And the Argonauts asserting their will at the moment. You wouldn't have guessed it by the way they've been playing throughout the rest of the game. But this is a different Argonaut squad, more on the level against the earlier game that I saw them against. Oh my goodness, who was it? Grand Canyon University. Apologies on that. And then also their 3-2 win against Arizona State yesterday, getting closer to their winning ways. No encroachment, says the refs, and the puck is dropped. Boise State comes away with it. I'm going to call an offsides here. We had a Bronco just barely encroaching through the blue line. Neutral zone face-off here on the right-hand side. Lining up across will be Tanton and Howell. Crum dumps that one into the corner, chases it down. Shaw picks it up. Shaw plays it forward, trying to connect with Belanger. Here's going to be a chance on shot. Good shot there by number 13, Tyler Hansen. He has one, looking for the second one, but it was read well by Tucker Bailey, and he just covers up on that one. 4:16 left here in the third period. 4-4 is our score line. Been a great game. Vanini lines up across from Howell. Vanini comes away with it. It's dumped back through. West picks this one up. Ooh, and he gets leveled. Comes off and makes it all the way through to Koloff. Koloff and a Bronco fishing it through. Trying to play it through there. Can't quite get on the end of it. That was Jones with that one. Puck will be tracked all the way back through. Dumped forward by the alternate. Tracking forward now once again is Koloff, trying to get on the end of it. Boise State doing well to play a bit of defense. That's definitely the adjustment they need. Argonauts have been very relentless on their pressure, and it's worked in their favor so far in this third period. Vanini getting tangled up here with Jones. That'll track all the way back into the Boise State defensive zone, and they'll call an icing call. Boy, this last period's gone by pretty fast. 3 minutes and 14 seconds left here in this one. In the event that it is tied, it will go into extra time. And if it's still tied after that, we will have penalties. Looks like we'll have another timeout called in favor of the Argonauts, just to try and figure out what's going down. Got to respond well. One team needs a goal if they want to win in regulation. Let's go over those goal scorers again. For Boise State, we have Jackson Howell with 2, Tyler Hansen with 1, Maddox Hood with 1. On the Argonaut side, we have Duhlmeyer, who just scored, Husley, Friedrich, and Glasgow. It's been a fantastic game, a tale of 2 teams truly, where one team came out, definitely, the first period was a slow one. Both teams maybe feeling the fatigue from their prior engagements with other squads. And then Secondmeyer opened it up for the Boise State Broncos. They took control of that game, putting up 3 goals in that period to Argonauts 1. And then in the third period, it's been pretty much all Argonauts, but they scoring 3 goals in this third period to the 1 goal for the Boise State Broncos. Howell will line up across from the Argonauts. Osika, who comes away with it. It's picked up by the Argonauts, dumped forward by Glasgow. Glasgow losing that puck to Vanini in center ice, and it'll be tracked back here by West. He's got number 12, Brett Jansen, as support. Plays it forward. Here comes the Argonauts, the other direction. Vanini getting tripped up there, nothing malicious, however. Vic getting on the end of that one, plays it all the way back to Friedrich. Over to Husley. Husley makes a good spin move there to try and get it around. Ends up back at Friedrich. Husley dumps it into the corner. Chasing it is Vic. Behind him, however, is number 12 for the Broncos. Playing it off the glass and tracking it back easily should be Friedrich. Good stretch pass to find Vic. Vic's got an assist this afternoon. Picked up. Boise State having a hard time connecting the passes at the moment. Good touch there by Shaw to keep that one forward. Argos will finish their line change. Good stretch pass there to find Grolensky. Grolensky hit hard there in the open ice. Belanger coming the other way. Here come the Argos. Shot goes wide. Plays all the way around to Duhlmeyer. Duhlmeyer has 1. Takes a deflection on its way through. This puck will be tracked all the way back by Belanger over to Duhlmeyer. Duhlmeyer again chips it up, over, and caught by Hensley. Minute 25 left here in the third period. Is there a game winner here, or are we going to go to overtime? Once again, thank you very much for joining us on this live stream of the Beehive Showcase. Happy to have you guys. Boise State ends up getting that puck eventually after a bit of a scuffle for it. So we tracked all the way down by the Argos in their defensive zone. Wow, good turn there by Micah Crum and Howell. If it's going to come from anybody, it's probably going to be from those two at the moment for Boise State. Crum back to his defenseman. Shot, no shot from distance. It was intended for Crum to play onto it, but nobody was there. Coming the other direction is Demchuk. Good touch there by the Boise State Broncos. And West will have to reset. West assesses his options. Stretch pass trying to find Belanger. Nobody there. Played around the backside of the net. Belanger should be able to get to this. Unfortunately, he has to go back out, and they'll have to reset shop. Wiggles his way through 1. Loses the puck. Coming the other direction are Jones and the Broncos. Duhlmeyer. Losing the puck to Jones. Picked up by Pond. Tracking it is Husley. Good. Ooh, that shot hit the side netting. But here comes Husley the other direction. Sorry, Friedrich the other direction. Shot from distance. Goes just wide. We'll end the game 4-4. We should be going to overtime. Bit of 4v4 action, maybe 3v3. I think it's 3v3 that they do in the overtime situations. But if you're the Argonauts, you're feeling a lot better about yourselves, managing to get those 3 goals in third period to level this match. What do you guys think? Boise State, Providence. Who's going to take this one? I'd say the momentum is surely in the Argonauts' favor at the moment, but anyone could win this game. Overtime is a wild one. First overtime game here for the Beehive Classic here up in Logan, Utah, at least. Unsure about the other games. No, that's not true because it was University of California, Berkeley took Weber State to overtime and ended up winning, handing Weber State their first loss of the season. Berkeley losing to the Utah State University 7-1 back on Thursday. Manages to disrupt the number 2 ranked squad in the ACHA Division II here, Mountain West Division. So massive, massive win for Berkeley, massive loss for Weber. And as a Utah State broadcast, we're definitely happy to hear that, despite how good Weber State has been. Be 3 versus 3 hockey. We got Husley, we got Friedrich, got Shaw, got Howell, Hansen, and Smith on the ice currently. 4 minutes, 50 seconds here. 5 minutes of actual hockey here, and then if it's still tied, we'll go into penalties. Friedrich with the shot goes into Hensley's glove. Good shot from both squads. Face off to the left-hand side of Hensley's net. Husley wins that one. Over to Bellinger. Bellinger can't get over there, but here's Husley. Husley will have a chance on net here. Shot. Ooh, comes off the post just wide. Bellinger recovers. Bellinger's got Shaw. He's got Husley, but that's going to take a deflection up into the backside net. Initially, they said they couldn't do a line change, but Fraley, the ref, says, go ahead, make the line change. We have Crum out there alongside Smith and Ross. Ooh, that was a good chance up in front there. Bellinger couldn't quite get enough stick on it to get a good shot off. Bellinger holds on. Husley. Husley will take the shot. Comes off the leg pads of Hensley. Husley will track it back, plays it back to Shaw. Shaw's been on the ice this entire time. Great defenseman for the Argonauts thus far in this game. They allow the play to continue. Here's Crum. Turning on the Jets. Shot from distance comes off the leg pads of Bailey. Crum holds on to it. Laid out. Coming the other direction. We have a bit of a 2v1 situation here. Here's Vic. Vic will take the shot, takes a bounce off of the pads of Hensley. Back and forth action. Vic holding on to the puck. Forced down to the ground, no call. Here's Friedrich. Friedrich has West. Takes the shot, takes a deflection on its way through. West will pick it up. Assessing their options, over to Friedrich. Back over to Vic. Vic thinks about the shot, takes it. It's into the chest of Hensley. 3 minutes and 10 seconds left here. Plenty of shots on both ends right now. I'd say the Argonauts having more shots over the Broncos at the current moment. Boise State comes away with that one. Turning it around is Street. Street plays it forward, finding the stick of Pond. Pond gets his pocket picked a little bit there. It's dumped back. West connects with his other defenseman. They take it back up. Connecting. Almost losing the puck there is Koloff. West will have to recover. West has options. He plays it to himself, back to Bellinger, actually. Koloff tries to get the stretch pass forward, bit too far beyond. Here's Pond now. Bellinger will recover. Boise State can't connect on the pass at the moment, having a bit of a tough time. Here's Shaw, springing himself forward. Gets to Bellinger. Bellinger has Husley. Husley has a chance here. Shot into the glove of Hensley. Boise State defense being broken down here by the Argonauts. It's been a bit of a tough one here the last, I'd say, period and a half almost for Boise State. Friedrich gets it over to Husley. Husley can't align his stick properly, and here comes Howell. Howell cuts it off, assesses his options, and takes it across center ice. He's got help with Hansen. Ooh, and it's a shot in the back of the net. Wow, what an end there. Howell connects with number 13. That's Hansen. Hansen just strikes it into the back of the net, ending the game. Argonauts doing their absolute best, really asserting their dominance throughout the course of that third period, sending it to overtime. But Boise State strikes back right there with a minute 51 left here in overtime to send it to penalties, and they say no way. It's all hugs for Logan Hensley, who comes up as the victor as far as the goaltenders are concerned. Argonauts are going to feel hard done on this one. They played really, really hard to finish off this game, but it's Boise State coming away with the victory. Fantastic game. Happy to have you here in this live stream. Make sure to join us here in just about 25 minutes. It's supposed to be puck drop, but we might have an extra 10 minutes. We're not quite sure before the puck drop happens for Utah State University. 5-0 is our score line when it comes down to it in overtime. Boise State are the victors. Thank you for joining us. We'll have our next game here in just a little bit. You're listening to the Beehive Showcase being presented to you by Utah State University Hockey Club. Thank you for listening. We'll be right back.